So I like that scene because like it really shows how like in her head like she fully convinces herself that she is like she's so determined to win that contest that she's making up her own fantasies. Like there's a whole background, a whole like introduction for herself, lights, even though that's not there at all. She's just convincing herself that she's got this.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Steven.
Hi, my name's Emily.
And this is Video Time Podcast.
Today we're going to be talking about Pearl that was released in September 16, 2022.
FYI, just to let you guys know, today's episode's going to have some big spoilers. So if you do want to go see the movie Pearl, before you watch this, go watch the movie Pearl. Come back to this episode and watch it because it's a good movie. Yes, so we're going to be talking about Pearl. It is actually the second movie to the X trilogy. It's actually a prequel to the movie X. So if you have not seen X yet, you would probably want to go ahead and see X before you see Pearl, because then you'll have more context of everything that's going on. Like, you'll know who Pearl is. I took Emily to go see it. It's a rated R movie. And for those who don't know what it is, let me go ahead and read the summary for you guys. Trapped on her family's isolated farm, Pearl must tend to her ailing father under the bitter and overbearing watch of her doubtful mother. Lusting for a glamorous life like she sees in the movies, Pearl finds her ambitions, temptations, and repressions all colliding in this origin stories of ex-icon's villain. Okay, so with the plot and actually you seen the movie, but it sucks because I told you guys to watch X, but yet Emily has not seen X yet.
I have my reasons.
Yeah, she has her reasons. I did take her to see this movie, but like when stuff came up, rated R stuff, I said, "Don't look, close your eyes, plug your ears."
But that did not work.
But then she watched Barbarian and seen Mommy Milkers.
Why did you say Mommy Milkers? Don't say that.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what did you think of the movie, Emily?
I thought it was really good. Well, I can't really explain how I feel about the throughout, like when I think of the
first one.
Yeah, it's because I never watched it, right? So I only know the story of Pearls, right?
But do you know the story of X pretty much?
No.
You don't even know the outline of X?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you know what it is
but
about.
like,
yeah, you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I do like the movie. Just like I like how it's different styles.
Yeah.
You know.
What
different timelines.
Yeah, it was taking place in like 1918, and it's it kind of looks like Mary Poppins,
Mary Poppins, like
filmed during that time, huh? And it's pretty cool. Did you like the aesthetic of the film?
Yeah.
What was some favorite parts of the movie?
My favorite part was probably the scene where she's dancing, trying to impress like the judges.
Oh yeah.
Where she's in her own world, you know? She convinces herself that she's good.
Yeah. So do you like this? You like those type of characters?
Yeah,
huh?
I like those type of characters.
You like crazy characters.
Not crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's insane, but just I like how they slowly start to make
makers.
Yeah, I forgot the word. There's a certain word for it, but she slowly starts to like convince herself, like she's starting to realize like, wow, I'm insane, right?
Yeah.
At first she's covered with her own fantasies, and then she starts to realize like, I'm an insane person, I'm not right.
Yeah, true. It's like other movies, like I don't know, have you seen The Joker? No.
Yeah, that one, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. So yeah, it's pretty much like a character like that. Like he starts realizing like, hey,
I'm not a good person.
Yeah, I'm insane. And then she tries to convince herself throughout the movie like she's a good person, but she has this big fantasy of just trying to get out. She just wants to get out of her farmhouse because she's taking care of her dad, and she was with her mom, and her mom just wants good for her, but she seems scary because they're German, and she sounds scary because German sounds scary.
Yeah. What are you trying to say here, Dad?
What do you think about the parents?
I thought I like how the disease was spreading around during that town, so that it made everything more scarier. How everyone was wearing masks.
Yeah.
How they
kind of makes it feel like
kind of
a couple of years ago, like now, huh? Because we kind of can what is it called? Relate to it.
Yeah. Usually when you think of like a dad, big, strong, like the leader of the family, but in Pearl, the dad's actually sick with this disease that's happening during the film, you know, in the event of during the film 1918. Some are like, you know, he's paralyzed, right? At first in the trailer I thought that was the grandpa or someone, like maybe another relative. I never thought it would be the actual dad.
And what do you think about the mom?
I think the mom, she was like kind of pressuring Pearl too much, maybe. I mean, Pearl has her reasons. She was probably always crazy, but having more stress.
And she was a wife too.
Yeah, so and she was a wife. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, her husband was actually in the war, and we see why she kind of gets crazy because she feels like it's his fault because he left her. Well, like that was her ticket out.
She feels like everyone's against her only, you know.
Okay.
Not only just the husband, her mom. There's a whole, I think, 5 minutes of how she's venting or talking about her feelings to.
That was a good scene.
Yeah, I really like that scene.
That seems like a straight one take scene. So when she's delivering her lines, it's like one take. So if she messes up,
she has to restart it all over again.
And we didn't even say like who's Pearl. She's Mia Goth. She actually helped wrote this movie, so this is her first time help.
She scripted, right?
Yeah. Right. With Ty West, and Ty West directed this movie. And Ty West, at the end of Maxine, he already has that third film coming out, Maxine. So Maxine, for you guys who don't know, Maxine's in the first movie X, and she ends up
Yeah, isn't she played by Mia Goth as well?
Yeah, she's played Mia Goth, and then the old lady is Pearl, who's also played by Mia Goth, and then this young Pearl is played by Mia Goth. So Mia Goth has a big part of this.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool because we already see that in the third movie it's going to take place like in the 80s, maybe 90s, because it said 80. I don't remember what it said. It said 87, right?
I forgot. No, I think it was 80. Yeah, 87.
Oh, 87, and that's a whole different timeline too, because it went from like it went from the 1918s to the 70s to the 80s. So that would be pretty cool to see this transition of this trilogy. And as far as the characters, there wasn't really a lot of characters. How many characters were there?
There's probably the guy that she was having an affair with.
Okay.
Like the guy that takes care, like the movie theater guy. I don't forget his name. And then her actual husband, and then her mom and her dad. And that's herself, and the sister-in-law. Sister-in-law. Yeah.
That's pretty much all the characters. There's about like 5 characters in the whole movie. All of them play a good part, and so this is like a slasher movie. Would you consider this a slasher movie? What kind of horror movie would you consider this?
Psychology. I forgot that word. What was it again? Like
psychology horror.
Yeah, like and I'm not sure it's called that.
It might be called something else.
Yeah, it might be something called like something else. But it falls underneath the title of slasher film. You know.
What does this film relate to any other film, or is it just like something new you've seen?
Something new I've seen.
And that's what we need, because
unique films are like probably the best thing. I don't want to go to movie theaters and then watch the same thing over again. I want to see something unique, something new.
And this is unique. So if you guys haven't seen Pearl, you guys have to go see Pearl. First watch X, then go see Pearl.
Those both those movies are very unique. It has their own style. You know?
They have really good style. And it's a good storyline too.
It's clear. It makes sense, unlike most horror movies.
You know how your favorite scene's the dancing part. So what did you like about that whole scene?
So I like that scene because like it really shows how like in her head like she fully convinces herself that she is like she's so determined to win that contest that she's making up her own fantasies. Like there's a whole background, a whole like introduction for herself, lights, even though that's not there at all. She's just convincing herself that she's got this. Yeah. Obviously, she wasn't enough for the judges.
For people who don't know or who haven't seen it yet and probably don't want to see it, explain to them what she's doing and what she's trying to do.
She's she's trying to be famous. Yeah, she's trying to be a star for everyone, basically. she wants to be. She said as like something. She was being
She wants to have the X Factor.
The X Factor.
Because it's a church that's going around to different cities and pulling girls to be in their show.
To be famous, you know. During that time, like you either stay as a home mom, you know, and do nothing, or you either take a big shot at being like in New York, LA. That's why the dude was explaining to her, the dude that she was having an affair with, explaining to her that she only has one chance to do it while she's young. One life.
Yeah. You think that guy played a big part? Yeah, he put it in her head, huh?
Yeah.
So
she made the image more clear.
Yeah. So this movie, we're gonna go ahead and just like explain the movie kind of. So
I know, because we're just like talking about random details.
Pearl, I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, you most likely seen it. So pretty much the guy who's like the what is it called? The film. I forgot what he's called.
Like he puts the film in basically.
He puts the film in the movies. It makes the movie. So pretty much he sees her. Her husband's a bit away at war, so she's lonely, and she's always at the house. And then he sees her, and then he calls her, "Oh, you're pretty." And then she kind of gets like, "Oh," and then he's
bubbly.
like puts stuff in her head like, "Hey, you could get out of here," and stuff like that. And then he pretty much wants one thing most likely from her. He tells her he's gonna take her to Europe and France and all this stuff, and then he doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't because something else happens. So, and then her mom's just always angry, and because she's stuck helping her dad or helping her husband because she got married so she can be a wife, but now she's more like a person who has to take care of her husband, and she feels like it's not fair as well. Yeah. But she still has to do it because that's her husband. And she feels like Pearl needs to help her because that's the daughter. Even though she's a grown woman and she's married already, but she still needs her there to help. And she wants Pearl there.
The mother thinks that Pearl's very ungrateful. They have a whole fight scene explaining to us why. I really like that scene as well too. They were explaining how like Pearl was never good enough, that she's just gonna fail, so there's no reason to try, right?
Oh yeah, because she told her mom about trying out for the
church competition, X Factor, all that stuff.
Yeah.
To be famous.
And her mom straight out told her, "You're not gonna make it."
Yeah.
And then
a bunch of stuff happens.
So what we can talk about too right now is the kills.
All right.
So how many kills is there?
I didn't count.
Let's go through the first one. Should we count animals?
Should we count?
Because she starts killing animals first.
Well, like she explains how she's done murderous
in that 5-minute monologue. She's straight out.
She says everything. Yeah. Literally, explains the whole movie to us, why she's crazy, as to why she's sad.
And it's a one take.
It's so crazy.
That's pretty crazy. A one take with a whole bunch of dialogue in there, and she kills it.
So you said you wanted to count animals.
Yeah, so let's count. So what was the first kill that we saw?
I remember that it was a goose.
Oh, it was the goose hump. She was dancing in the farm, and the goose comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Poor goose.
But like that, I think that the reason why they showed that scene is to show that Pearl's already crazy, that she's already messed up in the head. She doesn't think nothing wrong of it because that's her, you know? That's her through her eyes, and it's not wrong. And then later on through the film, like we said, she finally realizes that she's not a good person at all.
And how she kills him? How did she kill the goose?
Pitchfork into the duck, goose, whatever it's called.
You know what I noticed too? There's scenes in like the trailer where she throws like dead animals in a tub, and that's not in the movie, huh?
Well, it's just a scene of it's not. I don't think she throws dead animals in the tub. It's just a scene.
A scene that's not in the movie that's in the trailer. There's always stuff like that. There's always stuff in the trailers that's not in the movies.
Maybe that explains to us why she's been killing small animals, small creatures. She said that in the film that she's been killing creatures. Started off with like small animals.
And then the second kill was the alligator?
Not the alligator. The alligator was a...
Yeah, that was the second kill.
No, the alligator was not... It was the eggs.
Yeah, the egg of the alligator. She just gets the egg.
I don't think those are alligator eggs. They're too small, don't you think? They're like... They're like this... Like a normal size egg.
Oh, okay. But the alligator was right there next to it. Well, there was eggs.
It was an egg.
Yeah, it looks like she was gonna take care of it.
Does that really count as a murder?
Well, there was blood. It was like there's.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say that about pro life? I'm just kidding. I'll phone in jokes here.
So the second thing she killed was an egg. I guess she just wanted to squish it.
Well,
but
she was she wasn't imagining her husband, and at first we didn't know, like as an audience, at first we didn't know why she was imagining her husband. Then she explains, like we said, the argument, like that 5-minute argument or more, talks about like how she feels in that.
Yeah, because she saw that like his family was like a perfect family, and like if
that he had a comfortable place to go back to anytime.
Exactly. And then if she married him, she would be able to get out of her farmhouse and then be able to go with him. But then right when the war happened, he just took off and went to war. He didn't have to, but he did go to war.
I mean, he's special though. Yeah. He stuck with her.
Oh yeah. You want a man like that?
I want a man like that.
And well, when he comes home, he sees like
how murderous she is,
and then pretty much
basically the aftermath.
X, we see he's still there for all that long.
X after I only know this because I saw like a short clip of it clips of it that the husband did stay with Pearl the whole entire time after figuring out that she is a murderer, killer.
So after the egg scene, it looks like she was gonna take care of the egg, huh?
I know.
But
she's insane. What do you think?
I thought she was gonna take the egg and then like grow it or something, but no, like she puts it all softly, but then she comes back, like she looks out and then she comes back, and I thought she was like, gonna pet it or something, and she just grabs it and just squishes it all hard.
Yeah, she's insane. That's why I like this movie so much, because it shows her
like the Riddler.
No.
The Riddler's insane.
What are you trying to say here, Dad? We don't talk about that. We don't talk about
She likes Paul Daniel.
You said his name so wrong. Why?
What's his name? How do you say his name?
No. We're changing the topic.
Okay.
We're changing the topic here.
That's her love of her life right there.
He's lying. But as I was saying, anyhow,
she squished the egg.
Yeah, she squished the egg. So this move, like, I like when they show the characters going insane. You don't want a random insane character just insert into a movie.
Like you can see her slowly realizing that she's insane. Yeah. Instead of going like,
she starts talking to animals.
Regular, insane. Yeah. She's been talking to animals.
She's been talking to animals. She's covered in like she convinces herself that her fantasies are true, that they will be true. Yeah. And she's killing small creatures.
Yeah. With no remorse.
With no remorse. Obviously, she isn't like an insane person, a bad person.
Yeah. And so the next kill after that is, it's the guy, the film guy.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was another animal.
No, it's the film guy. So pretty much after a good night, they come home and she. No, wait.
No, after the argument with her mom.
Her mom. Her and her mom's arguing. Go ahead and explain.
Okay, so after the argument with Pearl and her mom, she decided that she had enough of this, and during that argument they go through many difficulties, like fighting with each other, and the mom ends up actually dead at the end of the argument. So while they're fighting, the mother backs up into the fireplace, and her dress is caught on fire. Pearl tries to help for a second because she knows she has feelings still, but
all while her dad's just watching.
Oh yeah, and the dad can't do nothing about it. He's sick.
Watching.
He's paralyzed.
Yeah,
and he's just watching, and it's a really great scene. I really like that shot of her screaming, and even though she's still on fire, Pearl still like she screams at her mom that she's still gonna be famous, or she's just talking about like I don't know, she's rambling about her fantasies, even though her mom's on fire.
And then she just throws her mom down the basement, and she's like half burnt.
She's half burnt, and she she rots in there.
Yeah, and then she tells her dad sorry, and then she leaves. She leaves with that guy.
Yeah, she leaves with that guy. She was like, okay, I have no other choice, so I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah. So then so pretty much he tells her like she's gonna go home, and then he's like, oh, I'll take you home. So he drives her home, and then they go inside, and then she runs inside. The dad's still in the same place at the dinner table. She tries to wash him up really fast, and then
you missed the part You missed.
No, he comes in. Then.
Oh, you're talking about the part where he came back to drop her off.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna explain to us why she was there at the first place,
Where
like how she got there, because she ran away after the argument.
Yeah.
She ran away. To him,
Yeah.
and then that's the part you're explaining afterwards. The aftermath of that.
The aftermath. Well, he drove her home. She sees her dad. Her dad's still in the same spot. And then he cleans him up. She cleans him up. Pearl cleans up her dad, and then she tells the guy like, "Hey, okay, you can come in." So they come in. They go to her room. They start kissing, but then,
Ooh, oh my gosh!
And then they start hearing a thump, and the guy's like, Pearl's trying to ignore it, and the guy's like, "What's that noise?" And Pearl's still trying to ignore it, and then they're kissing, and then it bumps again, and then he kind of gets suspicious.
Anyways, he was getting suspicious, and he decides to check the basement because of the noise, right?
Yeah, so
he doesn't end up opening it because
Pearl comes in and says that's her
dog.
Her dog.
That also made the mess that the aftermath of the argument was like.
There was a mess in the house. So he looks at the mess and he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh, the dog did this."
So I put the dog in the basement.
But then she's like, "You want to see my animals?"
Yeah, because
go ahead.
He's starting to realize damn, this chick is kind of crazy, you know. Maybe I'm second guessing this, right? And he goes with her to the barn, and she's explaining to oh, this is my pigs, and that's when she starts rambling off to her fantasies, and she starts to sound creepy, like she starts giving names to the animals as they watch her shows. And she's just she's rambling. She seems basically crazy.
And then he asks her, "What about your dog?"
And she was like, "I don't have a dog."
I don't have a dog. And he's like, "Yeah, your dog." And she's like, "No, we don't have a dog."
The one that's in the basement, right?
And then that's when she was like,
"Oh, wow."
And you can tell, right off the back, she's lying.
Well, she was lying.
And then he's like, "I gotta go."
And then the crazy person she is, she's like, "No, don't leave. You're talking to someone else. You're not gonna take me
him dramatically.
You're not gonna take me to ear
why
up.
Are you leaving me?"
Attachment issues.
Yeah.
For real.
She has crazy attachment issues, and she just starts yelling at him like crazy. And then he's like, "Okay, I'm going." So then she lets him leave, and then he's leaving.
And then she decides, the insane kicks in, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna murder him." And so she grabs the same pitchfork that pitchfork that she killed the goose. Pitchfork that she killed the goose. She grabs it and she goes after the man. I keep on forgetting his name.
Yeah,
honestly,
he's the guy that does the film.
film dude. All right, and so she ends up killing him. Really great scene.
Yeah, how does she kill him?
The same way she killed the goose.
No, but how? She put it right in his mouth.
Right as his neck, right?
His neck?
I forgot.
I forgot too.
His eyes, his
but
neck.
She steps
I don't know.
on it.
She steps on it.
Yeah, so that's a pretty crazy kill. So now the next kill after that is her dad, huh? Because she cleans up. She's getting ready to go to her audition.
Yeah, totally acting like if she didn't kill someone.
Yeah, and she gets a nice red dress on. She cleans up her dad, and then she actually gets him ready with a tuxedo. Yeah. And then pretty much she explains to him.
Yeah, she's celebrating the big news that she's gonna leave.
Yeah.
Just leaving her poor sick father like that. That's messed up.
And what she does is, the way she kills him is she strangles him.
Yeah.
She strangles him with a pillowcase. Yeah. So pretty much he's gone. The mom's gone too because it's been a while.
Yeah, the
film guy's dead. And then she goes to the audition.
She has enough confidence, she's telling herself that she got this. She ends up meeting up with
her sister-in-law. So the sister-in-law actually told her that about the
audition.
And she seems nice. She's a really nice, good girl.
And so they're talking, and then she's up next, And so that's when the scene that I personally like, that's when she starts to imagine her own fantasy that she's actually one of the big leagues, or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And she I really like that shot where it's kind of focused on her, but really not. Mm-hmm. I really like that scene. If you have time to, you should watch the movie. Totally.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. So pretty much, she doesn't get it.
She doesn't get it.
Yeah.
When her big fantasy, when she leaves this big fantasy world, she realizes that like
her mom was right.
Yeah, her mom was right. And so the judges appear as everyone she's killed so far in the the film, meaning the filmmaker dude, her dad, her mom, and
I think that was it.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Or her husband.
And her husband. Yeah. And so they're just she's
because she thinks her husband's dead because she hasn't got no letters from him.
So the judges are now there. She's literally insane.
Yeah.
So
and they're telling her to
suck. Leave. Yeah, she was like, all
you
right,
don't have the X
you don't have the X factor, and they're telling her to go.
And then she just starts crying dramatically.
She gets kicked out, and then the sister.
Yet what they do tell her though, like, oh no, we're looking for someone different, someone good, someone with blonde hair. An all-American girl, and that pretty much the description of her
sister-in-law. Yeah.
So pretty much, she goes home. She
doesn't go home. In fact, she gets kicked out of the church, the audition area. Whatever it's called, and then the sister-in-law notices. This is after when she did audition the own sister-in-law, right?
That was a nice shot too. When they're sitting down waiting to go into the church, she has a nice red dress,
and it matches with the red door on the church.
And the church is all white. The whole film was shot beautifully. It was like a pretty film to look at, but there was a lot of horror, and there was a lot of good music too. Like there's like.
It matches with the theme of it,
the theme of it, like you're watching The Wizard of Oz. Like it's a sing-along movie.
So. The sister, when she's done auditioning, the sister-in-law comes over there and notices Pearl's crying because she obviously didn't get the part, and so she's like, "Hey, let's go back to your house. I could drop you off since she rode with her bike, right?
Yeah,
over there. Okay, so the sister takes her back to her house, and then she notices that the house is still a big wreck.
Yeah,
and she starts to get suspicious, and then.
That's when Pearl does her 5-minute monologue. She tells her everything. Like, she tells her everything.
Every single detail.
Like, she tells her that she hates her brother.
The reason why she
cheated on her brother.
Well, actually, the reason why she did, she wasn't... the sister-in-law noticed that Pearl wasn't right, and she was like, so what's going on? And she was like, it's something about your brother. And so she was like, all right, tell me what... Imagine if I'm your husband. And so that's when she rambles about... how her husband wasn't enough, that just basically everything in that 5-minute monologue or like venting session that they had, therapy, whatever it's called, it basically explained the whole movie to us why Pearl's going insane or is insane, to us why the husband left, and so basically everything's explained,
And it's just crazy. And then the sister-in-law, like, she knows, she's like, and I think this is it's like the best scene is that 5-minute, like, one take, and then it leads into a cool, like, running away from the slasher scene.
Yeah.
Like, she gets up slowly and she starts walking out. She's like, I gotta go home. And then she walks out and she starts walking fast. But then Pearl opens the door with a nice red dress. Yeah.
But wait, like, you didn't even explain to us why. Okay, so after when she's done with this session, she starts to realize, like, after she dropped everything in front of her sister-in-law, she realizes, like, oh, she knows everything about me. She knows that I kill, right? She knows that my parents are dead. And she was like, all right, so you're next. She chooses, like, she has no other choice to kill her sister-in-law.
Yeah, she should have ran. Her sister-in-law should have ran.
Well, she had high heels. You know how slasher films go. Come on.
And what happens in the slasher film when you're running? She falls.
She falls, and she's dead.
Yeah. She was the
last kill.
And then pretty much, but it's cool because Pearl just gets the axe and she starts walking like any regular slasher. She's walking and then she falls and then she catches upstairs and then starts slashing her.
Yeah.
So out of all the kills, what kill did you like the most? What was the coolest? Okay, what was the unique kill?
The most unique? I'm gonna go with the pitchfork one. To the film, dude.
Yeah, that was a crazy kill. And the most coolest gory kill.
Is not gory. I like the fire one where the mom gets...
fire. Yeah, I like the, what is it called? The axe one. That was a good one because it's just pretty cool. I think it was just shot cool because it was just following her and it's like pretty much one take. Mia Goth is a good actor.
She is.
She is a really good actor. She plays the old lady good. She plays Maxine good. She
gets
Pearl
down the
good.
characters really good.
Yeah.
I have a question. Does she change her accent throughout these films? Or throughout the 2 movies? Or is it
the
same
she
accent?
She has like a little southern accent.
For the first one, right?
For Pearl.
Yeah. For Pearl?
Yeah, for Pearl.
Yeah. Right.
And then in X, she sounds like a regular
Western,
Texan.
No.
Texan.
Yeah.
Like she's from Texas.
So, what did you think of the movie? You asked me this question, so I'm asking you.
I thought it was cool. I liked it.
Me too.
I liked it. It was a little slow in the beginning.
Yeah, it was a little bit slow.
I expected that. What kept it entertaining was like the way the music.
Yeah, the music and the acting.
Shooting. It was just really pretty to look at, and the music was just it was just setting up the tone, and it was really good. Like I said, Mia Goth is a good actor. It's crazy that she's just barely coming out right now. I mean, she's been in other movies, but like she's making like getting up there.
Big.
So, and it's really cool that they're doing 3 movies within the
same actor
with the same actor in it, and
played as the same main characters. Yeah, within
years of each other, within a year of each other. Like these 2 movies came out this year. I think X came out at the beginning of this year, and then Pearl just came out this weekend, the past weekend. And then Maxine, I didn't know when it said it was coming out.
I forgot.
I don't know, remember, but Maxine, that's gonna be a cool movie too, and I'm really excited to see the 3rd one. I think your mom's gonna watch X with you.
Me.
Yeah, so we'll see on that one. So we'll see if you like. I think you will like X a lot because
Texas Chainsaw. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is my first.
Exactly.
I like the Texas family, reunion, crazy. Yeah.
You will like X.
I heard it was very similar to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I'm very excited.
X. So you'll like that movie a lot, and then when you watch, and then you'll be like, oh, I know why Pearl's like that because she's crazy. So you might have different feelings about X because you've seen Pearl first, and then you've seen X.
Well, like I feel like people who don't know that the movie Pearl exists, but only know the movie X exists. Yeah. There's some people like that, they only seen the movie because of the movie, right?
Yeah.
But we're obviously watching all of these movies because they're together. Yeah. Well, like let's say I didn't know that Pearl and Maxine were gonna come out.
You can watch these movies all by their standard. They all can be their own movie.
Yeah, but let's say that like I didn't know the first 2, and I only I would have been confused to as why that grandma and the grandpa was killing people just because she was jealous. That's not a good enough reason to as why that was happening. But if you watch Pearl, it really explains to us why the grandma's killing.
Yeah. Well, because
grandma, whatever.
You see, in X, you're like, okay, they're just 2 crazy old people, but then you just realize like, oh, they're just regular. It's a horror movie. They're just crazy old people. She wanted to have X factor, and she wanted all the attention on her. But we find out in Pearl, like she was like that way in the beginning. That's how she's been her whole life, and her husband's always been backing her up.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
Maybe he's a prisoner with her.
Maybe
because he was scared when he seen her, and she was like, hi.
Also, what about in the X film? Was he scared as well?
No. He
was just like chill with it.
Well, yeah, he was with her forever. They're like super old. They're like in their 90s.
90s? You think so?
Yeah, 90s.
Do you think Pearl will still be alive in Maxine? That's a good question to ask, huh?
Just watch X.
Oh, doesn't? Oh, oh no! Oh.
Well, if you see Pearl, you know exactly what's gonna happen to her in X. I mean, you know what happens.
I don't know what happens.
I know you don't.
No, I don't know what happens. Does she?
You have to watch X.
Okay, I could already tell. But how? I'm gonna need to watch X.
You'll love it. X, their kills are way better than Pearl.
Well, obviously, that is in 2 different films, 2 different styles.
They made that one slasher, like straight out of. If you say slasher, X is like up there. Okay, so out of a 1 through a 10, what do you rate this movie?
A 9.
A 9?
No, that's kind of high up. Yeah. And I mean, I watch so much films, and I'm gonna go with an 8 or 9. Maybe 8.5.
Okay,
8.5.
I rate this movie an 8. Yeah. X, I rate in about a 9.
A 9. So, it was that good?
Yeah. So I think X is better than Pearl. but Pearl's like right under X, and I liked it.
If you haven't seen this movie, I recommend you to watch this movie. The movie Pearl, released September 16, right? 2022. It's a really good movie. Yeah, it's only about a week old. It's a really good movie, and it still should be in the theaters,
yeah, it's
right?
in the theaters. Yeah, it's gonna be in the theaters for a while.
Okay. Yeah, it's a really good movie. I don't know what other streaming.
If you're a kid, you can't watch it.
You obviously no way.
Yeah, well,
it's rated R.
Even if you're 12-year-olds, you can't watch it.
Yeah. My dad's he's a really bad guy. That's why. Yeah.
I told her to cover her eyes on bad parts. And it's, just to let you guys know, it's about 2 scenes. That's it. That's pretty bad. And that's it.
What do you mean 2 scenes? I don't remember it being 2 scenes.
Exactly. So that's why she doesn't know. Because I said, close your eyes.
I didn't close my eyes.
Why did you close your eyes?
I told you
to close your eyes. Anyways, that concludes today's episode. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And if you leave us a comment, it helps us out a lot. Share. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See ya.